the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The phone that's been winning its competition without even trying. Is it worth its $1,100 price tag? Let's take a look. What's up, everybody? This is Vijay from TechImaginist. Samsung has done it again with another gorgeous Note. It's quite boxy compared to the Note 9 or the S10 Plus, with subtle curves flattening out at the top and bottom. Albeit bigger, it's slightly thinner than last year's Note 9 and feels more comfortable to hold in the hand. In my opinion, this is the best design Note to date. Except, we'll get to that in a second. Here's a quick glance at the specifications of the Note 10 Plus. Now, where were we? This is the Aura Glow color, which honestly behaves like a compact disc under light. I was sort of disappointed with its color. Don't get me wrong, it's a good color, but mostly because it was advertised as more of a blend of violet, blue, and green. And honestly, that's what I paid for. But on a regular day, unless you're in some studio lighting, you can't see that color. All you can see is a mirror with a greenish tint that keeps showing streaks of rainbow as you move it around in the light. So it is lively and refreshing from the regular black or gold colors. I'll give them that, but it's not for me. It could be your thing though, but I suggest getting a look at it outside of bright lighting before you splurge on a costly green pocket mirror. Color aside, the phone is still drop dead gorgeous and looks very much like the Huawei P30 Pro in comparison. The camera array, flash, and time-of-flight camera are all similarly placed. Samsung has also removed the power button off the right side of the phone and combined it with the Bixby button on the left. Another thing they removed this year is the headphone jack. Being a productivity tool, it is a must-have for most power users today, doing things like video editing. The phone has a beautiful 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED screen with reduced curves preventing accidental touches. Oh boy, that's so much better. With almost zero bezels and a centered camera cutout. There's a very tiny, almost imperceptible earpiece opening at the top of the screen for calls, and a loudspeaker opening on the top of the frame next to the SIM card slot. Here we have a quick comparison on how the screen on the Note 10 Plus looks compared to last year's Note 9. One thing of concern for many is that there's no 90Hz refresh rate on the Note 10 Plus compared to the likes of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Though that would have been awesome, and it should have been a given at this price point. The Note 10 Plus display makes up for it with better brightness, color contrast, and high dynamic range. I'd rather stick with the Note 10 60Hz punchier display than the OnePlus 7 Pro's 90Hz one. Hey, that's just my opinion, so let me know down in the comments about what you think. The Note 10 Plus features a quad camera system. There's a 12-megapixel wide main camera with optical image stabilization, a 12-megapixel 52mm telephoto with 2x optical zoom, a 16-megapixel 12mm ultra-wide camera, and finally a VGA 3D time-of-flight camera. I've always felt that every year Samsung kept pushing the best cameras on the S series in March, and they just imported it into the Note series in August. But the Note 10 Plus camera is a game changer. If you have noticed some of my pre-review photoshoots on Instagram and Facebook, follow me there if you haven't. The image quality is greatly improved on the Note 10 Plus with excellent dynamic range, color saturation, and plenty of detail in the shots, even in low light. We will put it through its paces here, adding some perspective from the Huawei P30 Pro. Here, the image is sharp with amazing detail, good color reproduction, and high dynamic range is on point. A quick comparison here with the Huawei P30 Pro, and you can see that the sky is washed out and the colors are dull. In this shot, there's plenty of detail when zoomed in with the 2x optical zoom. We can note that HDR is still lacking on the P30 Pro. We see similar results here with ample detail and color reproduction with the Note 10 Plus. Low-light shots are also very vibrant on the Note 10 Plus. Here's a quick comparison with the Huawei P30 Pro, which has little more detail in this shot. The Note 10 Plus brings out the life in this shot, doing justice to the original colors at the scene. The Huawei P30 Pro is close behind, with colors being a little warmer. The Note 10 Plus definitely produces better colors in its images, but overall detail in low light is better on the Huawei P30 Pro, though the image is slightly duller. Results are similar with the ultra-wide for both cameras. There's a lot of noise in this lighting, given the aperture of the cameras. Up close and personal with the 2x, the Note 10 Plus does a good job of keeping colors in perspective, and detail is great overall. The Huawei P30 Pro supports up to 5x optical zoom, but it's zoomed into 2x for comparison. Colors look more natural on the Note 10 Plus. The selfie camera on the Note 10 Plus is an average performer. There's a limited field of view and no dedicated depth sensor like the S10 Plus. The Note 10 Plus shoots 4K up to 60 frames per second. There's a good amount of detail in the image, but stabilization is not as good as Super Steady mode. 1080p video on the Note 10 Plus with the Super Steady stabilization is excellent. Super Steady mode only works in 1080p, the same as the S10 Plus, which is a bummer. The P30 Pro takes more stabilized video, but the overall color saturation is lacking. The Huawei P30 Pro shoots overall stable 1080p video with minor shakes. So that sums up the camera performance on the Note 10 Plus, and it outperforms the Huawei P30 Pro in most situations. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. The Note 10 Plus also features a zoom-in audio feature to get audio from faraway sources when you zoom in on them. The display was always a pleasure to look at every time I open the screen. The display also features a 90Hz refresh rate, which makes it really fluid. The Note 10 Plus features an in-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, the same as on the S10 Plus. I only wish they had upgraded it, since it works alright, but sometimes it is a hit or a miss. It is slower than the optical sensors on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and there's only an almost invisible animation when you press down on it. There's no haptics either. The Note 10 Plus is a solid performer, like all Note devices are. The Snapdragon 855 is at the helm, coupled with 12GB of RAM, which runs daily applications like a breeze. Gaming experience is smooth, and the large screen real estate is especially great for gaming. I'll have you know that you do all your racing in the game and off the streets. Be a responsible driver. The Note 10 Plus has also a built-in video editor for those who want to edit on the go. The S Pen serves as a precision tool to zoom in, play back or pause by pressing the button, or move to a specific point on the timeline, and also for editing images. The S Pen on the Note 10 Plus also features air gesture controls this year, which can be used to perform certain actions remotely depending on the app. For example, swiping left or right in a camera app can switch the different camera modes. Remember that you don't have to hold it right in front of the screen. It can be done remotely. This might not be a must-have, but it works, and different apps can have this customized and put to good use. The Note 10 Plus is powered by a 4300 mAh battery, and it is the biggest battery put into a Note, and yet the Note 10 Plus is slimmer than its predecessor. The phone lasts up to 18 hours with about 20% at bedtime after a typical day. Charging on the 25 watts charger took me from 0 to 60% in 30 minutes. It also features wireless charging, which I really missed during my time using the OnePlus 7 Pro. The speakers on the Note 10 Plus are great for watching media content. The earpiece speaker plays sound out of the small invisible slit on the front of the screen, but more so from the top frame. So let's call it. At $1,100, the Note 10 Plus is the most premium smartphone you can buy, Don't get me wrong, there are contenders like the OnePlus 7 Pro giving it a run for its money at a much cheaper price tag, especially with things like the 90Hz refresh rate screen. But with the new design, better screen, better camera, and other incremental updates, the Note 10 Plus is in a league of its own and is probably the best designed, best productivity powerhouse, and best value smartphone for its price tag in 2019. With a track record of generations of Note devices and no real competition from the Android market, the Samsung Note 10 Plus is already winning without even trying. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I post a lot of behind-the-scenes content and latest updates on social media, so come hang out with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TechImaginist. Talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.